So you play B game in your free time? Then you have a high chance to be mid-game, which is in my opinion from when you buy full porcelain gear until you buy the first endgame mask, which of course is Gummy. But why Gummy, you may ask? Well, because you are a mixed
Shut up critical, I have 27 bees and I already am a full red hive. My cousin Riley told me to go red cause red best color and I make so much honey. You are wrong. I can't believe you can tell your audience such lies. I am going to dislike and unsubscribe and tell my entire family that you lie and you are a liar. I make so much honey you won't believe it. I won't listen to your corporate manipulative lies, and I actually think I am already close to endgame cause I make like 50,000 honey per second when I boost, which is super op. So you know absolutely nothing about this game.
You might not know this, but the order you buy events can influence most of the gameplay, even in late game. I've talked with Crafter, which is basically God himself at B game, and he gave me the order of the event Bs. I almost fully agree with it. I'd just switch these two Bs. Now you can choose from idiot's opinion or the opinion of God himself. But why this order, you may ask? Let's talk about all of these Bs in order. The first event that you should buy is Tabby, since it's going to get stronger and stronger the more Tabby love it has. This bee is also the best bee at making honey if you have max Tabby love, and has the scratchability that gets better the more Tabby love you have. Then you have Gummy, which helps a lot with on-it quests and later on with spirit quests, and yes, you can buy gumdrops with tickets if you want to, but only if you already have 1,000 or more gumdrops, or else you are wasting too many tickets. Then you can either buy Photon B, which is a disappointment to B society. Its beams might seem to gather tons, but that's not the case, or you can choose Festive B, which gives 100 instant conversion once every few minutes, and also that's needed for a spirit quest, so it's nice to have it early on. Then you have Crimson or Cobalt. To choose which one to buy, check the red and blue pollen in the stats GUI. If red pollen has a bigger number, get crimson, and vice versa. Lastly, puppy, which is literally an insult to the other event bees. Without being gifted, it's basically useless, so make sure this is the last event you buy. Congratulations, now that you have all of the event bees, it's time to gift them. Again, there's an order, which is this one. Before we start talking about each bee, here's a fast round of tips. Use star treats on event bees first, then when you are done with gifting events you can move on to mythics. Don't use star treats on anything besides events and mythics. You can get gifted basic bee from basic eggs, and the other bees from royal jelly. Also please don't use food to gift common, rare, epic or legendary bees, it's just a waste of resources. Anyways, back to the gifting order. First is Tabby, since the 50% critical power increase makes criticals more powerful, which is helpful in grinding and in doing damage to mobs, and also makes Scratch always hit a critical, which is also nice. Next is Gummy, which increases honey per pollen, which helps a lot if you make big amounts of honey. Also the goo puddle gets bigger. Next is Photon, because it increases instant conversion by 5%, which is one of the most important stats in game. Then you should gift Windy, because as I said, instant conversion is important. Next is Festive Bee, which increases red pollen and makes the festive gift better. If you have Bear Bee, you can gift it now because it gives 5% more pollen, which can be helpful. After this you can gift Puppy, so it helps to level up your hive. Then Vicious Bee, because it makes the spikes stronger. Lastly, Crimson or Cobalt. If you are still mixed hive when you gift these, do the same thing with checking the pollen, and gift the bee which has the bigger number. Since you are going to be mixed hive from the start of the game until you get Supreme Star Amulet, It's important to know what a good mixed hive should have. In my opinion, there are two types of mixed hives, the beginner one and the advanced, more powerful one. Before we talk about these, we need to know how bees work. Let's classify bees based on what they are good at. As you can see, bees are quite different, and each has its own pros and cons. To make a good mixed hive you will need a little bit of everything. Now we can talk about the new mixed hive, which has less slots and has worse bees since noobs won't be able to buy a lot of jellies. To start off you will need the classic 4 music bees, for lots of focus and melody, 2 baby bees for 2 times pollen, 3 rage bees for rage tokens, which are helpful in ant challenge and helps with king beetle, 4 carpenters, since the marks are very good, 2 lion bees, 1 shy bee, 1 diamond bee, 2 ninjas, which give haste, absolutely no demon bees, 2 shock bees for token link, 1 commander bee, 1 exhausted bee, 1 Riley, 1 bucko, 1 frosty, and 1 fire. If you still have space in your hive you can get 1 more diamond and shy bee, and even a demo bee. Also don't forget to place tabby bee in the first slot so it can convert more. Now we can move on to the more powerful hive. This one is pretty simple to make, and I even have a photo of one. This is Crafter's old hive, a 45 slot mixed hive that for whatever reason doesn't have cobalt, so make sure to replace a carpenter bee with it, and make sure to gift it if you want to go blue, which you probably should, since it's very cheap. You should probably use this hive as reference, since it's almost perfect. But what makes this hive so good? Well, it has gifted bees, which give very strong buffs, but keep in mind gifted abilities don't stack. If you have 2 gifted bees, only one will give the +1 attack to all of the bees, and the other one is useless. One thing that makes this hive strong are the gifted carpenters and gifted vectors, which work really well together, even in a mixed hive. That's it, the rest of the bees are self-explanatory. Now it's time for round 2 of fast tips. Don't hatch any eggs that aren't basic, trust me, it's a waste and you are better off saving them for later. Skip spark staff, get honey mask because its ability will activate a lot of times because you have lots of carpenters, then get gummy mask because it will help you make a ton of honey. At last, macro if you can, since it's going to give you tons of helpful resources. Before I go, please join my Discord server. I promised my mom I will get to 500 members.